Anyway, in the news this week, Twitch streamer by the name of SR_Big Bobby threatens 3 of his friends with repeated use of the N-word. Anything to say on that, Rob, since you're here?
I mean, that's a great context, Glenn. That's great. He just threw me. I thought this was a fake. I thought this wasn't even the start of the string. Like,
You didn't know it.
We're
It was
in
on stream.
What about?
He was on the SR stream.
Yeah,
He turns to
Oh,
down and he
mate,
was like,
I was at, it was.
I'll say the N-word again.
I've been saying the word.
What do you mean again?
Wait a minute.
Exactly.
Right, context here.
He even said, I've been saying it all the time
Context,
recently.
right. I've been saying the word nonce ridiculous amount of times, right?
fair.
And literally I was like, don't worry, I wouldn't say the N-word tonight. Everybody's looking at me. I'm like, what are they looking at me for? To realise that they're talking about the other N-word, do you know what I mean?
But yeah, the one that you actually refer to as the N-word.
I want to know if everyone thinks that Rob's camera is as glorious as he looks.
Like, to me, that
So I
looks
put
fucking
some
wicked.
shine.
He looks like
Even like the frame rate or something, there's something going on.
yeah.
Like,
You look
smooth
like
as
yours is
shit.
like a tint of orange. I just look whiter
Right,
than white.
boys.
He's like
boys.
lovely.
Put the camera on me. Head and Shoulders campaign coming in here because I look great. Dale's a campaign for. Let's put Dale on. Dale's a campaign probably for heavy smokers. Number 3, we've got Josh rocking the forehead moisturiser advert.
I'm getting rinsed.
And we got Glenn there looking for the pie campaign coming in somewhere. I don't know what to say for you. I was like,
I just look, I look
go back to
jaundiced.
Dale, go back to Dale. And we got Dale rocking the braces for dental. Smile, you fucking nonce.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
So I've had a
Really?
cigarette in like a week now.
I know, I'm
Good
proud of
effort,
you,
mate.
mate.
Yeah.
Congratulations about that. That's huge. I mean that. That's no sarcasm.
Doing right.
That sounds so
I
sarcastic.
sounded it. That's why I said it. And that probably made it sound worse, to be honest. But yeah, I am proud of you.
What are you doing with the money you save?
Spending on other things.
Final Fantasy. Dale's going to have Final Fantasy card put on the throne. He really needs them. So
Man, the new set.
can you get Dale some Final Fantasy cards? This isn't Big Beggy asking for Big Beggy. This is Big Beggy asking for Daily Pops here. Like, you know, he'll promise he'll stream it on the SR channel.
Begging's okay when you beg for someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, mate.
Reasonable.
We've got people I know that do that.
Get him up on there tonight then, ready for next Saturday. Yeah?
Anyway, Glenn, how's things, mate?
Oh, sorry, I'm just, yeah.
What's up, Glenn?
You. All right, we're going to go through some tweets that are hopefully funny, right? So we'll have to take in turns reading, right? So, Josh, you can read this bit.
I'm just going to read
Good.
without context. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 22. Anything over 24 is a stretch. All the 25 plus men have receding hairlines, and the 28 plus have entered the uncle stage. Slander uncles when your antibody is en route.
Oh, yeah, so then, right, so someone else has basically replied, being slandering uncles when your antibody is en route. And then the same person from the original tweet replied saying, you read this bit.
Can't
That's
see,
you.
you're going to have to scroll it down a bit because the cameras
Oh, cameras are in the way there.
You have to
Sorry,
get them a
sorry.
bit higher.
I found a picture of your wife. I'm going to go eat and come back. If this tweet is still up, I'll show the audience what you sleep besides at night.
Oh,
And then the response to that was the guy deleted the tweet. So he ran away. He actually did run away.
That's cruel as fuck.
that's rough.
It is pretty
What is this
savage.
getting all about? Fucking probably got a fucking pussy like a fucking used tent. Like, do you know what I mean?
Why would you assume that? Why would you assume that
It's out of nowhere.
she's got a
Why?
blasted vagina?
Because the way she's
Based on
talking,
the
like, you
tweet
know what I mean?
Just to confirm, Rob has zero context to this person. There's a very small picture which, from where he's sitting and the eyes of his age, he can't fucking make out anything.
I've
So-
had way
She's
too.
just defending herself as well, and you've literally just gone, yeah, she got a massive tent pussy.
That's a bit of a shit.
She's defending herself after like
Yeah,
comments
after
about
trouncing
attacking other
people.
Her
people.
first statement is
Oh,
harsh.
yeah, true, I guess.
24 said, oh, by the way, boys, line up, get your ball sacks out and see how
She's
much
not
you
wrong,
sag.
though.
Like,
She's not wrong. There's a
How's
lot of
she not
there's a
wrong?
lot of receding airlines
she
around
could be a
now.
munter for all we know.
I
Like.
mean, 3 out of 4 on you have got good hairline. Like.
Yeah, true.
Look at this camera angle. Look at me. I don't look uncle, I look like sexy bastard. Like,
Yeah, the greys are coming through nice for you.
Yeah, but he has got a
Exactly.
good hairline, though, hasn't he?
Yeah, solid.
In all fairness, considering he's like 40.
it's true, mate. I'm going to have a 40, mate.
How
Got
old
round
are you
up.
now?
36, mate. You got to round up, so
Fuck off. Are you
bring
36?
in some skin, mate. Good talk, mate. It could be worse. You could go onto your friend's stream, i.e. Keith, and then people were going, oh, Rob's 50, and Keith just goes laughing at my fucking ass, Rob, if you know what I mean. Laughing at it, not defending me. Like, come on.
In fairness, you
Just
could
gay
be
50.
50. You could be 50, like.
You
Joy-
pass for 50. Like, you look old. Life did you dirty something.
I think, right.
Typical Scottish upbringing.
I would love to just lose weight, see what I look like. Because I think weight, being middle aged with weight on, I think definitely adds age on to you.
Hang on.
You just look.
Like, obviously, I also need to lose weight. Be like, I'd love to lose weight, as if that doesn't already come.
But you look like you're in your
Good.
mid 30s as well. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Because he is 30s.
I
Yeah,
am
but he's not
30.
mid 30s, is he?
I think Glenn generously looks 40, to be honest.
I mean, look at the grey hair coming in him. I never had grey hair at 30.
I haven't got a single grey hair on my head. You
That's
can look
pish.
for it.
That's pish.
Yeah, but you
look
look
for
like
it.
you dye already. So.
Yeah, he definitely
No,
died.
I've got a good colour hair, like.
I've just got good hair, man.
I love how I started that with, I'm fat, I need to lose weight. And Rob's like, and you fucking old?
You fucking Arnold, mate.
What the fuck? Like,
File on.
Mate, you look like an off-cast Beatle. That's what you look like. You may as well just make a Beatle tribute band.
You want to
Like.
know, like, well, we're on, like, image and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So I get, like, really bad skin, like, under my beard, yeah?
Yeah.
So, like, I trimmed it right down. And I knew it was thinner on one side than it was on the other, the hair
Yeah.
on my beard. But it wasn't until, like, I trimmed it down that I could really see how much thinner, like, the ones, like, you can really see it on camera, like, this, it's a bit more thick, but there on the cheek, yeah.
Yeah.
And there, it looks like a bit shaved it off.
It looks like you've shaved off that
Yeah.
side.
In the lighting, it looks really bad, doesn't it?
Oh, now you've highlighted that.
Mate, I wish
I'm
you'd never
gonna
said
see
that.
it. Yeah, you've
I
ruined it.
wish you'd never said that.
So it just doesn't grow, yeah.
I get
You're
that,
like,
though.
you're like Daz's
When-
gap, but on the side of your
Yeah,
face.
on the side of my face. But when you like grow it out, it's fine because it kind of like masks that. But when you trim it back, then you're like, that's bald.
I get
Can you
a
grow a
patchy beard. I get a patchy beard. Like when,
I
when
really
you first
tried
shave
past
it.
the week.
So I
Like,
just need to grow it back.
Do you get
so
hair like you?
I have to like
Yeah.
cut it down for the sake of like, you know.
I don't.
The hair starts going in your. Mate, you should try. Like, no plug here, but you should try that new Manscaped. It comes with like sizzles,
Get me
moisturizer.
one.
What?
No
Give me
plug,
one.
but also manscaped.com.
Yeah, go to manscaped.com today and use the promo code SOGRaiders. I'm great at plugging stuff. I
You've
could
said
sell.
that
I could
so
sell
many
anything.
times.
I could sell Glen Juice sock. 100% could sell it.
In fairness,
I
I
think
think
someone
anyone
would
could.
buy it.
Someone will buy that.
Oh, have you seen the self-portrait of Glenn?
No?
It's not a self-portrait because he didn't draw
Stan,
it. Like.
Stan, can I
He's
ask a
like
favour?
more-
Can you go in my room and get the
he won't stop
Glenn?
going on about it. Like,
Nah, mate, wait till you see
Glenn
this.
didn't draw it. So.
That's fine. I'll be
is this the
talking.
one with the hat?
yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
your profile photo on
Oh,
Discord.
mate, wait till you
He's
see.
literally the biggest, biggest achievement in his life.
Self-portrait is a stretch, but
Yeah.
Dirty bastard. You can't see us on camera because Stan's away. He's just put a fucking salted caramel galaxy fucking bar. The boys are all starving. We're all looking at him. Glenn's fucking eyes. Mine's are going less as well. What is happening? Like,
Starving. Like.
right. So
hold on, don't
here,
put it on cam yet. Oh, you ruined it. You're going to put it
Here.
next to Glenn.
Here is Glenn. Now, Sam.
So good on that camera.
Pass it down the line. Pass it down the line. And then in a second, don't yet. Swap it to Glenn when he's ready, right?
Oh, Josh.
All right, go.
Come on, looks good, man. We need to get the picture of Glenn in the hat, though.
That's actually the
They
worst.
don't actually
Did someone
want
buy this, though?
Somebody bought it and said I could keep it because I didn't want to give it away.
Oh.
No,
That's
that's
fair.
not-
No,
No, I'm good, thanks, bro.
Now, I'm going to try to get a target on Glenn's stream when he does his next React thing, where I can hang it on his wall for all his React streams.
Oh, that's
How
cool.
many gifted subs for that, Glenn? Like 1,000?
I don't know.
Would you hang it up?
We'll have a think.
Should we just put a nail in the wall and hang it up?
Or we'll put it up if you get 5 boxes of Final Fantasy card for Dale. They'll be on the front.
That's the only way to it.
We're like 10 minutes into this, and he's literally plugged
Yeah.
about 4 different things.
Right, Rob, have you got any other harsh words to say about this tweet?
I feel what's unjustified about the tweet is going after somebody else on the other person's looks who's not involved. That this seems a bit crap, if you know what I mean. This person probably has a bit of a barrel full of makeup on her face, do you know what I mean? And going after somebody else's look, which is a bit shit, to be honest with you. So it's, I don't care what MD says, they're both arseholes on it.
Fair. Okay. Right, we'll move on, right? So, Rob, Dale, can you see?
Oh.
Or is it
Kind
two?
of. Yeah, I can see.
Right, you can be Neo, and Rob, you can be Toblerone.
Oh, no, I want to
I'm
be Neo.
Neo, man.
Can I
Yeah.
be Neo because it's got the word that like in
No,
it?
you're Toby Lerone.
Oh.
Hold
Come on
on.
in.
chocolate.
He's
in my
eating a
mouth.
sec.
Terrible time to open chocolate. I was fucking starving.
You've opened chocolate mid podcast.
I know I'm hungry, man.
The level of planning that goes into
Because I
that
was
is
about to
something
have
else.
food and then you come and pick me up.
Oh, sorry, I picked you up.
Right, this is related to chocolate anyway. So, just had some Toblerone for the first time in ages, and it was fucking class.
At Bodybuilder Neil, of course it was Toblerone
Why
is the
would you
biz.
read that bit?
Sorry, why are you shouting?
Shut up, you triangle. I like you, but don't you fucking dare tell me how to speak on you.
Just where to go, you That doesn't I say that? Doesn't
Shut
say-
up, you triangle.
That's just the best bit of
That
it.
is that is a fucking
That one line makes the whole tweet.
Why do I think this person's Scottish? Like, shut up, you triangle. That's exactly what it is like.
It's fucking shocking.
I haven't had Toblerone in ages either.
I haven't had Toblerone in a while.
Good luck.
Do they still have it now where it's got like the massive gaps?
Yes,
Before, they used to be really close together, didn't it?
All right.
they still have the gaps because
I
of
thought you were just asking if it had gaps in general. I was like, well, if
No,
it
have you
had
not- have you
gaps,
seen the
it's
new
not really
Toblerones?
Toblerone
Oh, wait, the
anymore,
gaps
is
are
it?
mate.
massive.
you could put your toes between it. Like, I'm telling you, like.
It's dependent on like where you get it from.
Oh,
Okay.
right, okay.
There's still some proper ones there. Like
All right.
I had the during Christmas time they did the caramel one, just like chocolate caramel. Like the whole thing is chocolate caramel, and that was just normal Toblerone.
Shit,
Bang, you know. I had about 6 of them over Christmas. Like
Fair.
I need to lose weight.
I like chocolate, but I've never fucking shouted at it like that. I've never been that
Shut up, you
invested.
triangle.
I bet you have.
I haven't.
I bet.
Yeah,
It doesn't
definitely.
last long enough for the show.
Yeah.
Remember,
Just shouts when it's over.
remember when we were at your flat, and he was
Custard
like,
slice.
"Oh, Dale, can I try some of that?" It's the chocolate he's clearly tried before. Like, I look away for 2 minutes. I look back. And I was like, "Oh, where's my chocolate gone?" There, he's like, "Oh, I ate it all."
I thought you were going to talk about the custard slice. Like,
The worst part
slices.
is I don't know which time you're referring to because that's happened more than
That's
once.
multiple times. Yeah,
when we talk about the
Specifically
custard
Dale's
slice.
chocolate.
we can talk about the custard slice. Custard slice
We
is
talk about the
good.
custard
I
slice.
think it's already been told.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
I think I bring that up every other podcast. So.
Yeah, fair.
It's definitely been told multiple
Just a
times.
fucking great time to talk about it. Go on. What's next?
Right, so we got another one. So someone has tweeted, it's just occurred to me that for the first, I can't read, but I'll start again.
It's terrible.
Saying-
Glenn
I-
picked a really
It's just
active.
occurred to me
you
that
started
this
well.
is the first major war between civilized nations in my lifetime. I think referring to Russia and Ukraine.
Yeah.
And then Finn has replied saying, Josh, you can do it.
Which one?
Finn.
Oh, Finn, sorry. US and Iraq twice don't count.
And then Red has replied, Dale.
The US isn't a civilized country.
Probably doing better saying that without the mouthful, but let's just be brutally honest. America's never won a war on its own. We didn't need them in World War II. Go on, Britain. Oh, Britannia.
We're not involved in this. Like,
I'm just saying the US isn't a civilized country, but I need to add on that the US haven't won a war on their own.
He's
I
always
just
gonna
have to add
some-
that on. Like,
You always got to add some agenda or something. I'll get my view across. Right
I mean, I
here,
think
right
it's a civilized country because I know a lot of people from America.
Mouthful of
Yeah.
chocolate. Like.
in fairness, I don't blame him as well. What
The
the
worst
fuck
part
are you
is,
doing?
I didn't know what you said. Something about a mouth, but
I'll order food.
A
now.
mouth.
yeah.
I'll order food right now. I'm hungry as fuck, boys.
What have you been doing all day?
We've got some Just Eat vouchers on the on the throne for Dale.
You got problems, man. You got some fucking problems.
He's hungry. Please.
Any thoughts on that, Dale?
I feel like because you've taken so long, you have thoughts, but you're too scared to share them.
Yeah, I genuinely thought because I couldn't read the bottom line properly.
Oh,
I was
right,
doing
okay.
a little move. I thought they were gonna say US and Iraq aren't civilized countries. Like,
Oh, but they
yeah,
just
they
went
just
in
they
on
just
the
went
US.
in on US. Like,
Fair
so
one.
Yeah.
I felt bad for thinking that.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong, though, is it? There are certain aspects of the US that are really weird.
Mate, the same with the UK though.
What? Like what?
Oh, mate, I don't know. You've been to Liverpool?
Go scroll down a bit again.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm just saying, have you ever been to
What do you
Liverpool?
mean?
There's
How
nothing
banging,
civilized
like-
about Liverpool. Like,
You're just saying how banging like Britannia was, like,
Yeah,
and all of
but-
a sudden you're like,
I think most people
Fuck
from
the UK.
Liverpool don't consider themselves British, do they?
Don't they?
No, honestly, I don't think a lot of them like to associate being with England or anything like that. I genuinely mean that. Like
but they are. Like they can't even argue. Like I get that. Like when like Welsh people or Scottish people get like pulled in with their English, but like someone from Liverpool can't be like, "No, we're in English," because you are. But
Bringing you two on the podcast was a mistake.
What's going on?
Josh can't get an edge word in here. Like he's just
I don't want to.
can't get a war in there.
an edge word.
Oh shit! I thought you said something else. I was like, why does he want to get one of them in it?
Oh, my days. All right, so the next one, Anna has basically posted asking for people to roast her with things that she's never heard before. So someone has replied saying, "You're pretty." And Anna's gone, "Is that it? Is that the roast?" Which he's replied, "You've asked for something you've never heard before." Which I thought that was quite good.
That's good. That's
I
real
love
good.
that guy, that
brutal.
Xavier guy, innit? Like he's, I see him all the time. Like, he roasts so many things. Like,
I'm not seeing
Oh, is that what the account is? It's
yeah,
like,
mate.
okay.
Mate, he's class. Like,
I've never seen it, but yeah,
No,
I
I've
thought
not seen it.
I thought that one's quite funny. And then the final one is it's a picture of LeBron James wearing a t-shirt which says "Vote or Die," to which someone has replied, "LeBron, I'm only 12. I can't even vote, dude, and I don't want to die."
Look at the profile photo.
I'm glad you're explaining the pictures as well, because I can never see it when you leave it at the bottom of the camera.
what is that?
That's good though.
It's funny. Like,
Oh, fucking hell.
My God.
Glenn, how long did it take you to read these Am I the Asshole?
a long time, like
I love it.
a long time. Which is why I'm not going to read them now.
Who's reading this one?
Dale or Rob?
Oh,
Hello.
let Robert do it.
Okay.
Hello all. Well, it isn't obvious already from the title. I am dying. I don't feel the details are super relevant to the issue at hand, but for those who are curious about my ultimate demise, I have cystic fibrosis, and after 2 rejected lung transplants, I've been told there isn't anything else they can do, except keep me comfortable in my last few weeks. I've begun my preparations for my funeral, and such. And while I was thinking it would be a breath of fresh air in the whirlwind of death, I could not have been more wrong. Up a bit. Now on to the title. My parents are both strict Southern Baptists and want a very traditional funeral. This includes hymns to be sung during the memorial, a casket and a graveside service, a viewing, countless prayers during the memorial, scriptures to be read, etc. My issue with this is, well, everything. I am the complete opposite of my parents, not religious, cuss like a sailor, drink like the Irish, you name it. Everything they are wanting and attempting to plan is not me as a person. I've somehow made it to 25 and managed to meet the man of my dreams and marry him last year, and he is touring. He wants me to leave exactly as I want. He just wants to have a deal with my parents after. I can't read this, like it's so small.
All right, I can zoom in.
I can't.
Sorry, I'm howling because he took a massive break and then read the word torn as torn.
Mate, it's so hard to read it.
Torn? What the fuck is torn?
Torn mail, like.
Okay, right. Down.
Oh, right, sorry. Other than that, I thought solid reading, mate. Love that. I didn't think you could, so it's a nice breath of fresh
Right,
air.
roll up a bit.
Apart
roll
from the
up a bit.
addition of the WoW race, like.
Yeah. Torn.
Right, so
We'll go from Torren.
Torren, pal.
Can you say it once more?
He wants me to have it
No,
exactly.
back to the, start from the line before.
Torren. He wants me to
actually
have
say it
it
like that?
No, Torren. He wants me. What is this? What is this? Where's Jeremy fucking Beadle? What is this podcast?
First word again.
Just said Torren, and then, do you really say it like that? No, I say it like Torren.
Torren.
Torn.
Where's
Why are
the
you
U?
adding letters?
Where's the U
It's
coming
Torren.
from?
Torn.
Like Gary will
Well,
back me up. Fuck
I
yes,
tore in this
Gary
paper.
will back me up on this. So fuck you, Stan. Fuck you, Cameras. Fuck you, viewers. All right. Let me read. All right. He wants me to have it exactly as I want. He just doesn't want to have to deal with my parents after the fact while actively grieving. I have 2 siblings, one of which is a clone of my parents, and one is the mixture of my parents and myself. I don't know. I want my service to be one full of laughter, fun stories and pictures, upbeat music, cats. My husband and I are avid cat lovers. I want confetti and shit. I don't know why you'd want shit, but that's weird. But more importantly, I want to be cremated and put in a fucking cat-shaped urn. I told my husband I wanted my ashes to be handed out like party favours, so my family and friends could take me with them because I love to travel, and he looked horrified. My parents are absolutely not on board and are essentially planning everything how they want, attempting to take me shopping for a casket, flowers, picking out hymns and verses, the whole deal. I'm obviously not very pleased. So I guess my question would be, would I be the asshole if I took control of my own funeral and wrote a will to be followed exactly how I want? I understand my parents are grieving and I've tried to compromise with a mixture of both my views and theirs, but they aren't having it. I never thought dying would be so fucking stressful, and I just want to enjoy what time I have left without leaving a bomb of emotions and disappointment behind. Please help.
I have strong opinions on this one, Glenn.
Oh God, go straight to Josh. Then.
I think it's a fucking joke that her parents think they can take any level of control in her funeral. And that is the bottom line. I think that your funeral should be exactly how you want it and nothing to do with anyone else. It's kind of it.
Maybe don't hand out your ashes to people though. Maybe offer them to take your ashes. You've got a choice to take
surely
them.
I think it's a choice, right? I don't think literally there's gonna be someone at the door with a fucking cat-shaped doing going, take them. You know, it'll be like, oh, you know, if you want to take some
people like.
Because the concept is lovely, isn't it? Really, realistically speaking, like take a little bit of you with them and maybe spread it around the world.
I don't want to carry dead person.
That's weird.
And that's completely fine, right? You don't have to, but surely they will be the option. Like I said, she's not going to ask people who come and just go, yeah, you're going to get some of my ashes. Like, it'll be like, if you want to take some type of thing.
Yeah, but like, I mean, at the end of the day, if she's got an issue with it, do the thing she said. Go down the will approach. I want it done this way, and therefore.
But realistically, what's going? I agree with the girl, right? She should have what she wants, right? Doesn't stop her parent having a funeral anyway after she's dead, does it? She can have her own funeral, and they could have their own.
I should hope they have the funeral after she's dead anyway.
No, do you know what?
Just have one with what just sat at the back, like. I know, yeah, you know what I mean. Like,
we're just gonna celebrate your funeral early before you're.
They're gonna have two funerals, aren't they? Regardless what's gonna happen, they'll have the one for her that all follow the will, and the parents go, do you know what? I'll just do another funeral the way I want it. They're stopping them from doing that.
Do you know what I find it
What's
weird
the
about
point,
funerals? Is that generally speaking, all right, they're obviously very sad, but there's obviously very happy aspects when people are bringing up memories and talking about stories and stuff. And like, it's something that you would kind of always want to be a part of, but can never be a part of. Does that make sense? Like, I'd always want to know what was said at my funeral and like who spoke about me.
Maybe you're watching from above.
Yeah, you never know, you know. I'm a little beanie, I don't. But yeah.
What if you can hear everything?
Don't know.
What if you're dead? We could hear every single thing. Like.
Ooh, that's eerie. Now we're getting real deep.
One's if you can hear everything, and everyone's like, "Oh, Josh,
What a
Berlin, like."
Thank fuck he's gone.
Yeah, can you imagine? Right to my
Mate.
just stood over there, fucking thank God.
Do you want me to tangent this off to something that scares the shit out of me? But that's right.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Look at the
There was an
shit.
episode of Doctor Who, right, where the Cybermen were taking harvesting bodies of dead people, so they take their consciousness after they died, but they could feel everything. So if you had like a transplant or you donor or whatever, right, they could feel them getting all cut open and that. And it always freaks me out, like, and it's because they'd stolen their consciousness. I was like, just hope you aren't cremated was the last words of it. And I was like, oh shit. And this is a kids program. That's all I can think about when it comes to this.
That's a valid concern, as far as I'm concerned. Like.
Handing your ashes out definitely isn't. Is that like a thing that people do, or is that? I've never heard of that before.
I've heard of that before because it's
Well,
about
handing
people
them out to people, like multiple people, not just somebody having your ashes to like store and then maybe.
Yeah,
scatter.
I've generally read stories before where people can take parts of them and like because they want to be spread in different parts of the world or like I read a story once where people would do that and it would be spread that your little bit of ashes of me or whatever wherever you want to, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I say what's like a good memory for you.
Was it on this podcast that I heard about the like pets' ashes all being in one?
Yeah,
You basically
that
just
was-
take ashes of a bunch of random
Yeah.
animals.
They
I think it was you on that podcast.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
Yeah,
I think I watched it.
It was that when you get cremated, they cremate multiple people at once. So when you end up getting your ashes back,
So that was pets.
It's like
though.
a mix.
That was
It's just
animals.
a
It's just a
cocktail
mix.
of people.
Yeah.
Like,
That was animals, not.
it was everything.
Oh
It
fuck
was,
me!
It was
though.
like animals, people, just put them all in a big oven basically, and then you have a bit back, and that's.
Imagine that. You're storing
That was just a story. I don't know.
storing
if it was true.
ashes on your mantelpiece, like, and you actually got a bit of fucking
Don't worry,
Barry the nonce.
The other
in it,
day,
like.
The other day, I'm sat in the living room and I've had a lot to drink and I'm very drunk and I've got a box in my hand that I've pulled off the side shelf that's in my mother's house. And I'm just trying desperately to open this thing, right? Because I thought it was one of those puzzle boxes, right? And I'm there for like 10, 15 minutes and I'm like, fucking hell, what the fuck is this? And then literally my mum just screams from the other side of the room like, Josh, what are you doing? That's Milo. That's Milo.
Oh,
Who's my dog passed away when he was 19. My family dog. And I was just trying to open him up. I literally was like, oh my God. Can you imagine I just bust him open somehow and just...
Milo's everywhere. Like,
I want to pet him,
The
Mum.
biggest party story down the line, innit? Biggest party story, he busted it open.
She looked
everywhere.
absolutely distraught, love her. She was like, what are you doing? I was like, oh, fuck. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, that's good, man.
So we're all in agreement that she's not the asshole.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think your ideas are wild,
Yeah, well, that's
Yeah.
fair.
and I'd never go for it. But like,
That's fair. But you wouldn't take some of the ashes.
eh?
Here we go, right? I've died, right? I die tomorrow. It's part of my will. Thanks, Stan. You're the only person who seems concerned about that. I die tomorrow, and as part of my will, I'm like, right, I want a bunch of my mates to take little bits of my ashes and spread them wherever. My dying wish is for you to take some of me and put it somewhere. And you're going to turn around and go, nah,
That's a bit different. Though.
I ain't
Is
gonna
he though?
lie.
No, I think it's different.
What's the difference?
If you're like, I want
It doesn't
you to
say
spread my
anything,
ashes
yeah.
at this mountain or in this sea
well,
or
I'm
whatever.
assuming-
She doesn't say anything about spreading them.
Nah,
Yeah?
it's
She just
just like,
take
I
them,
want
love
you
to
to have these
travel.
ashes and you need to like keep them in your wallet
there
or
might be
I
more
like
money
context,
mantle piece
though,
or
right?
something.
There might be more context.
No.
Okay, then, but we're going off the context we're given. I can't assume what she means. Can I? I can.
All right, then, all right,
Read
fuck it.
what
I'll go
she's
back and I'll
written.
revise, right? What if I say to you, my dying wish is that I want you to take me around with you, Dale, wherever you go. My dying
weird.
wish. My last thing
It's
I want
weird,
from my
right?
friend.
But I don't know. I think it'd be.
You would
kind
do it, wouldn't
I
you?
would do it because
Yeah, I know.
There's an element of comedy there.
Yeah, but it's
coming
also
from you, like, you
it's
know.
also kind of nice in a weird way. Got a bit of me around with
Come
you.
on, no, come on. I would
In
have
fact,
I'd
I'm
have
doing
that
this.
thought.
I'm doing this. This is fucking.
I'd have that thought to put you somewhere stupid.
I bet you would do
it.
this.
I'm doing it. I'm
Right,
doing it. I
die
want
before
people-
me, so I can find out.
That's a weird way to say
I'll
that. But yeah,
judge you
I will.
by looking at both.
You gotta
of us.
check
One of us
other
is
people,
definitely
though,
dying
yeah.
first. Like,
Ooh, well, I don't know. What if Ali's like, nah, he's fucking mine. Like, I want all of it. And then she's
can have
trying
a
to
larger
she's trying to
portion.
piece together fucking Exodia, like going around getting the ashes off people. Like,
Oh, it's on his leg. Woo. Yeah, fair. No, I like it. I like it. It's a good idea. Bit weird, but I like it.
yeah, I think it is strange. Oh, this one's really long as well. Hang on, let me check the next one.
Fucking hell.
This one isn't as long.
fucking hell.
Here we go. In Dale. Big read.
Hey-oh. I'm a schizophrenic.
Wait, Dave. Before you carry on, Glenn.
What?
How long did it take you to read that word?
What?
That word right there. How long did it take you to read?
Not that long.
Really?
He knows what it is.
Because you know I've seen it, like, so it's fine, isn't
Thought
it?
that would be that would have been a good one for you. Sorry, Dale. My bad.
Started when I was 20. It started when I was 22. It makes it sound like that's an option. When I was 22 and will last till I die. I'm active in schizophrenic communities, go to groups, the work.
Oh, is that a thing with schizophrenia? Like it can start at a certain time and then it just doesn't. It will not go. Like you are schizophrenic. Yeah, that's it. Is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know enough about it. Like,
Stan, any thoughts?
I think it would show itself later on, but I don't think it's one of those things that you'll lose. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know if it was like something that
there are things to kind of like tablets and stuff, obviously. To
help it. Like okay,
To make it subside. You know?
yeah.
fair. Sorry.
Go to groups, the works, but I'm fairly proud about it to most people, to include friends. The English is awful here.
Do you want the mouse? So then, obviously, I don't know when you can't read.
It's fairly common.
No. I am fairly private about it to most people, to include friends. To most people, to include friends. What?
Yeah, it is. It is. It's not good. Like
Right. I fucking hate the Reddit stories. Like, it's fairly common for people to think I'm eccentric, comes with the turf due to some of my habits. Those habits include not going to parties or other places with lots of people. Suddenly decided not to do something, I have to be protective, not to do or go to certain things if I think a delusion might be coming on. Saying the occasional odd quip, normal schizophrenic stuff. This is fucking hell. You picked the story here, didn't you? Some friends thought it would be funny to make it seem like I might be going crazy as a group. They would individually wear something silly like a wizard hat or dinosaur costume. T-Rex blow-up costume. My friends are dicks.
Yeah.
T-Rex blow-up costume to group event or say something totally out of the ordinary and pretend like it was normal. Police like to track people like you. COVID is just a way to microchip you, etc.
Wait, it isn't?
It is. That's what we got the. That's what we got the vaccine for. Little microchips.
Fucking conspiracy
These are very real, scary thoughts to me. I would ask members of the group if they had heard concerns about these conspiracies or weird garb from the other members. But they all acted like they had hung out with a particular member that day and I hadn't been involved. I was really, really scared that this could have been a massive delusion morphed into a full psychosis. So I preemptively checked myself into a hospital to stop myself from potentially hurting myself or diving further into the rabbit hole, common in schizophrenic communities. I was so scared my medication stopped working. No one heard from me for a few days while I was in the hospital, and when I checked out, I confided in one of them about what had happened. I got a really long apology explaining what had happened. I blew up at them. Sorry, I've ignored attempts from them trying to apologize and have no desire to talk. To talk with them again. Am I the asshole for not previously stating that I'm schizophrenic? Oh, they didn't know she was schizophrenic.
Oh, that should brought
So
a whole different context to this. Like,
But I don't know. I feel like they must have had some sort of
Yeah, no, I'm
idea.
not trying to
It's
read
really
up. Hang on.
random pranks to pull
It
if
is
like there's
random.
no context or anything, right?
I think the key here is, did they know, right?
Oh, this makes sense. I'm private to most people about it to include to include friends. So she's private to her friends, but she doesn't tell her friends, yeah? But like, surely things like...
The wizard hat and dinosaur
Yeah.
costume, like.
And if they're doing things and then all agreeing to have a different story,
Yeah.
it feels like they either had an idea or some of them definitely knew.
Quality banter if the person hasn't got schizophrenia, but not ideal if they are.
Yeah, because I said, like, these guys are dicks. Like, if they
Yeah.
didn't know. But, like, the things they do just don't make sense
No.
to be doing to
Nah.
someone that they like, hey, fuck.
yeah, so I think she's the asshole. Because, like, you should be just. Who
Three of us over here are like, nah, she's not the arsehole.
Nah, wait a
And then
minute.
boom.
Nah,
Yeah.
Like,
She's
no,
the fucking arsehole.
I can get the reason why she's pissed off, right? Whatever, right? But if you don't tell people that you've got it and they're doing that, like, do you know what I mean?
Do they have the right to know?
Yeah, but it's just stupid. Like, can
think-
you imagine you said to me, Stan, I've got a fear of balloons, right? Or didn't tell me you had a fear of balloons, I was brought in a mass balloons. You walked out and pissed your pants, right? That's not my fault, is it? You have not told me you got a fear of balloons. How am I meant to assume?
What, does that make your Stan's fault then, though?
No, but it still makes him the asshole for not
To some
talking
degree.
or even having a talk at least.
I know he's making a fair point in the sense that, like, if someone gets massively offended and or scared of something you've done that's fairly sort of somewhat normal, all right, granted in this instance not maybe the case, but the principle's the same, then is it really anything other than their
Yeah, I
fault for
guess
not
it
expressing
depends
that they've got a strange,
How long the
something
pranks went
strange
on?
about them in the grand scheme of things?
I don't think it's the friend's fault in a way, but I think she's absolutely fine in, like, blowing up at them. Like,
I don't.
It all depends on whether or not they knew, though, right? Surely.
Yeah, I don't think she
The
should
knowing
know
is
what.
the big thing here, is it not? Or is it?
Yeah, that's what I think. Is it
Well,
depends
guys.
how long the pranks went on.
Well, it's
and
3
if
weeks,
she-
it says,
right?
Okay, so if she
They've
ever
been doing these
mentioned
pranks for
anything,
3 weeks.
3 weeks is a long time for you to mention something. So if after one or two pranks,
Nah.
you don't say, like,
people prank
oh,
that long.
by
People
the
prank
way.
that long. Me and Josh have done pranks stupid and work like that for thing. Remember that time we changed my name to Boat to make Boat Face, and then we tried on each other's social media and make different like names. So pranks go on for a while. If she's not said or admitted it, right, I cannot sit and see how she can blow up at them. I can understand why
but
she'd
that's
be
what I'm
upset.
saying. 3 weeks is a long time to say something. So if she never said anything, then I guess it's not too bad. But if she did and they carried on, then they're
Yeah.
terrible people. Like,
Like it-
but we
like-
don't have that context.
Like
right?
a couple of days in, right? If they've said something that's obviously caused to have like a heightened, like, you know, attack or whatever it would be called, then at that point, is that not something where she should say, "Oh, I get quite scared of these types of things, and this is affecting me.
Well,
Can you stop?"
It sounds like she tried to tell them that, oh, did you see this? Is this going on? And they were going, no. So she's
Yeah.
in her own head about it.
Yeah, but at that point, you
She's
probably
got schizophrenia, Josh. She's very paranoid about this situation.
Yeah. I agree, and I understand. But like I said, did they know that or at the time?
Well,
Because
no.
if this was
Based on
if
this, they don't
if this
know.
was us, like for example,
Yeah.
right? I'd have, and I said something just randomly thought in my head, and I was like, "Oh, look at that red dragon over there," and you genuinely turned to me and went, "Oh, what was that red dragon?" I'd be rinsing the guts out of you. I'd be going for days.
Yeah, but you can't rinse
But if,
it when she's got a
but if you
mental
turned around to me and
disorder,
said, "Oh, I've got this," I'd be like, "Oh fuck, right, sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't know
but
that."
she's finding it hard to say this, right? Because she's got this problem which she sees as like, you know, a really bad thing.
Yeah.
And she's probably like, you know, struggling to tell people because she feels very like
Yeah.
ashamed of it or whatever, or, you know, just worried what people will think if they find out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's trying to deal with these things by herself.
course.
Understandably, not everything should be dealt with by themselves. And she's going to question like everything she sees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it's got to go. But there's a bit of give and take, right?
But it's understandable for her to have like a kind of blowout after like everything she's kind of gone through.
I think so. But like I said, how like what they were saying is not particularly hurtful to anyone other than someone with schizophrenia, right? Is that how you say it? Schizophrenia?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like the 99% of the population wouldn't have a problem with the kinds of pranks / weird things they were doing. But again, it all goes back to whether or not they knew, right? Because if they knew,
Yeah.
then that's a sick
But
joke.
they do seem like weird pranks to
They're
do
weird.
on someone
They're
who
very
doesn't
strange.
have.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean?
yeah, so like I said, but that going back to the whole point, I think
Yeah.
if they knew, they're scum. If they didn't know, then I don't.
It's not that bad,
I can't see it being really that bad in what they were doing. It's not exactly crazy things. You know, they were just like most people in our group have said some weird shit like, "Oh, COVID's just a way to microchip people." Do you know what I mean? Like that's been said a couple of times in the community.
I feel like Rob would say that.
Yeah,
Nah,
you'd
I
say
mean,
it.
I got the vaccine, so
Did you get a vaccine?
Yeah. You go.
Yep, all three.
Oh fuck.
Same
Proper
here.
COVID boy like.
I got
Did you not
three.
get
I
the
got
three?
three as well.
No, I stopped after 2 but it wasn't even because I didn't want to get the third. I just couldn't be bothered.
Yeah, fair. I almost didn't get my second one. Like it went fucking months.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ran out of workers basically.
Oh shit. So are we all in agreement here that she's essentially not the asshole?
Yeah, but
Providing-
realistically, you need more context.
But we do need more content. But
She's gone through something that's quite traumatic in that case, and I just feel like she's
Still,
had
nah,
an
I
appropriate
still feel-
response eventually.
I still feel a bit different about it. I think it's hard to like not
what
talk to people.
do you mean she's had an appropriate response? Sorry.
I mean, it's, you know,
What is in her response?
her response, yeah, like you know, obviously the checking into hospital and stuff is she knows her own situation better than anyone else, yeah.
Yeah.
So you know, she knows what it could lead to. hence
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
But then,
She's-
like,
it looks like she's dealt with
to
it.
know that
well,
you've
so to
gone
speak.
through all this and it's sent you down this spiral in like loop, and it was actually nothing all along. It's just
Yeah.
people taking the piss. You're
Yeah.
gonna be pissed off, right?
Yeah, you are 100%, and I think you're right to be pissed off. But like I said, it all depends on whether or not she tried to sort of say something. Because if she did, then I think it's like I said, it's scum. I think it's really bad. But if she didn't say anything, again, I don't think what they said was like to the point of where it would affect anyone else other than someone with schizophrenia. So I find it difficult then to feel it's justified for it
But
to
if
blow
she's
up.
tried
at
to
people.
ask them like what's going on there, like, and they're like, "What are you talking about?"
But then most people are going to think that someone's just
They're
being
like
gullible,
gaslighting
right?
into thinking that this thing doesn't exist.
I think they're going to be more susceptible to the gaslighting and get more paranoid.
They don't know, but
Well,
like
gaslighting is a
maybe-
strong word there, right? I feel gaslighting is a strong word in that
It's
environment.
exactly
Like,
what's going on.
so if I say to you, there's a red dragon outside there, and you go, "Oh wait, is there?" and I go, "Yeah," I'm gaslighting you, am I?
Yeah.
To a very,
Or
very
if I'm
small extent.
That's dramatic, that is.
But what if I'm schizophrenic?
Well,
Think about the possibilities.
right, so now I've got to
Oh,
go about
fucking hell.
everyday life wondering if the person that is sat next to me is schizophrenic.
Yeah,
There's a limit in it. Do you know what I
But
mean?
why the fuck do you need to tell me there's a dragon outside?
I don't know. I'm not saying they
You
weren't
just don't
fucking.
do that,
I'm not
like.
saying they weren't fucking abnormal fucking weirdos,
They
right?
were weird. That's the
But maybe, and they're in a
just-
wall of-
What if it was a red dragon kite? Do you know what I mean? And go, just that red dragon in there. But that's just something there could all be loads of context. That's like, what I'm trying to say, you're saying, what you're
what
trying to
if-
say is you're trying
what
to
if
make
it's
the
a
assumption
kite?
red dragons are stupid
What
things
if
to say.
everyone in that group of friends loves that type of stuff? Like they all try to wind each other up. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly,
Well,
the
they're all
woman
the
is an
same.
asshole.
I don't think there's enough context to say that.
Like, genuinely. I just don't see why you wouldn't say it, like something, or give an inkling going.
You're not in that. You're not in those.
Yeah, but
I
how can you
think-
be angry at somebody like for something they didn't know?
Yeah, but I just think you should be conscious of the things you're doing
my
before you do
God.
them. Of like,
I
the
definitely
consequences
agree with
and
that.
stuff
Everything in this
like
world
but
now,
like, I think, like I said, I
It's
do think there's a
mental,
line with that, and I
honestly.
think that like joking about like there being a microchip inside the fucking COVID virus, like I've said that to numerous people joking around. I say, yeah, we're probably government watching us, isn't it? Like joking, like. I'm not going to accidentally say, and all of a sudden the guy next to me is going to go into a schizophrenic panic attack or something.
Yeah, but if
because
it's
I
right-
didn't know, how
Listen
am
here,
I
right?
supposed to do?
She's showing serious concerns regarding these, yeah, and she's asking them, yeah. Now you can see the level of concern on someone when they're like, you know.
Yeah, well,
saying
again, though,
something
you're
like
going
that.
down a deep root of context here.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
don't know that level of context. We don't know that, like.
But she's telling us how concerned she was.
No, she wasn't. She said, I asked them if they were being
She fucking
serious.
put herself into hospital. She didn't know if it was real or not. Like.
Yeah, but that's a reaction to what's going on with her, right? Not in the sense
That
of
her
what she's
friends are
asking
doing to
people.
her, yeah. That is a reaction.
hang on.
I don't know.
I
In
think
the-
just trying
in
to
the
get a
interest-
reaction here from people. It's got to be
In
like.
the interest of time, we'll move on, right?
Ah, fuck off. Yeah, fucking joke.
Right, rock, paper, scissors. Whoever wins is right.
I'll shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to. One of you's got to lean.
Oh,
One of you's got to lean.
Oh, we both moved backwards.
well, do you want to come into you?
Yeah, come into mine. I've got a massive white shot. Am I ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you prick.
Right, Josh is wrong.
I win.
Right, okay, so Rob and Josh have never been on the podcast before together, and they've both told lots of stories. So do you have any stories, boys, that you want to confirm things? I don't know, call each other out. One person said the wrong thing. Or have you got any news stories?
We needed more like information really on what's been said because we've chat some shit about each other on these podcasts in the past.
Okay.
So
It's your fucking life. Just bring up the things that have happened.
It don't matter if this
Oh,
is
we're
the same
repeating,
story.
are we?
Yeah,
it doesn't
it's
matter.
what
It's,
I mean,
you got
because we got
context. out
context
of it.
on
Do you want me to tell you a bit of
As long as
time?
there's stories that involve you both. like.
I bet-
he's probably got more than mine because I
Okay,
think he's
okay.
chat shit about me. He's chat shit
Oh.
about me less than I chat shit about him.
No,
Okay,
mate,
okay.
no, mate, chat and shit, right? So if people don't know, I work with Josh. He started as a trainee, right?
Right,
So
I'm schizophrenic. I'm going up.
Well, that's real, Josh. That's the thing. He actually works with you. Just so
Yes,
you
he
know.
does. I'm just,
Wait,
I'm
is
just
he
an
not
illusion.
gaslighting
I wasn't
you, yeah?
sure.
is he just an illusion to me? Like I don't fucking know. So he
Josh thinks
me,
he works with me. But
Me,
it's all
me and
fake.
Josh have worked together for what 10 years. Started as an apprentice, so I had to train this little prick, right?
yeah, here we
literally
go.
no knowledge, right? Out of hang, cocky little arsehole,
This guy
right?
trained you.
But so
This is
we
where
work in construction, so
thinks he
we do site visits together. So I had to train him on site visits, right? So we used to make it away. We stop at Greg's, get a breakfast roll, whatever, you know. Josh is a tomato sauce king. Literally can't have anything without it. To the point he stole my tomato sauce, and I couldn't have tomato sauce, and he complained about it. This is how much he loves tomato sauce. You do, mate. You steal sausage. You're a sauce.
I'm a sauce stealer. Is that what you're about to
Josh,
say?
before I go in this, do you want to tell me the time that I ordered you Domino's
Hang on,
pizza?
wait. Stick with one story.
Right, yeah, mate, yeah. Like, I'll fucking set one story right now, right?
got a few
you
longer
got
in
me
the
off,
chambers,
mate.
mate, like-
Mate. So we go to site, right? And then I'm walking around site to realise that Josh, because I said to Josh to take the lead on this site, has tomato sauce all over his face down here, right? Instead of telling Josh, I let Josh proceed to walk the site visit while I was shadowing what he was doing. I all finished, all good. We get back to the car and went, just wipe the tomato sauce off your face.
How livid were you?
In fairness, right? It was a good way of doing it because like we got back in the car and he went, Josh, got some beer, mate.
It's actually.
I was like, what the fuck's he on about? And then I saw when I got, and then I looked in the mirror and I just had fucking sauce just fucking plastered
thing
on my
was
face.
this-
And then he just turned to him and he's just dying.
The best thing was it happened again a year later. I'm
Yeah,
pretty
it
sure
did
it
happen another time
happened
as well.
twice.
It's like
It happened
it's
twice.
like one of them situations though where like people are more likely to listen to you or you feel like they're listening to you when you got something on your face because they're looking at that like. Josh is like fucking. I've got some power here.
big
They're paying
tactics,
attention to me.
big
When in
tactics.
reality, they're like, look at this prick with sauce all over his face.
Yeah. I did
Oh,
have
but then that goes on to the how much of an arrogant prick he can be sometimes. Right? No, wait a minute. Let me explain, right? You can tell stories, whatever, right? But when Josh was a trainee, I used to buy some pizzas on every Friday, right? Domino's pizza, right? Now, I love sour cream sauce. You get you the dip you get, right? Now, keep in mind, I've bought this, guys, right? He's taking a few slices. I go away, come back. He'd nicked the sauce. He nicked this sauce. Started
best
down, went,
part.
that's my sauce.
the
He
best
went,
part.
I bought it. He went, no, it's not. I need it. And I'm like, but I bought this for me and giving you a few slices. wouldn't give him the sauce back, proceeds to dip his fucking pizza in the sauce and just eats it so I can't have it.
I don't remember this.
Hey Rob, at least he dipped the pizza in your.
Oh yeah, I've seen the ball sack picture. Like,
Has that been told on stream?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We can tell.
Stan doesn't know, so you can tell Stan.
All right, so I once said that I loved that particular sauce so much that I dipped my balls in it. Dale said, hey, bet 20 quid you won't. And I said, bet you 20 quid I will. So I proceeded to go back to the room. We were out in EGX.
Oh, no, it wasn't. It was me. You and Simon went to.
It was the league
watch
thing.
League,
yeah, it was. Yeah,
So me and Simon went to the shop, didn't we?
Yeah.
And then you stayed in the room because
went-
pizza was coming.
Yeah, I went back to the room. The pizza came. It got delivered. I immediately grabbed one of them, dunked my nuts in it,
On the walk back
took
from
a
the shop.
photo of my balls inside
I wish I still had that picture.
inside the dip, and then sent it to Dale and said, "Thanks for the 20 quid."
I paid
And
him the 20
he
quid.
paid me the 20 quid.
Do you remember the video of you sleeping next to me as well then?
Yeah, and
Well,
then
you weren't sleeping.
That same night, then he said to me before we went, this was going back like eight or
probably
nine.
the first night
years.
we
Yeah,
had
it was the
away
first
together.
night away we've had together. He proceeds to tell me before we start, oh yeah, by the way, I snore quite a bit. And I was like, oh, okay, no worries. Like, this should be fine. Like, the guy snores almost as bad as Rob. No, sorry, worse than Rob, and Rob's pretty bad. But it was the worst thing I've ever seen. It's just a video of me of 6 a.m. I haven't slept basically at all. I'm like this in the camera, and I'm like, and I pan to Dale, and Dale's just next to me like this. I'm making the most ridiculous noise I've
do the same
ever
thing as you,
heard.
you know, like the sleep apnea.
Yeah.
You just like, you stop breathing for a bit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like,
Yeah, that's what he does. He would just stop breathing, and I'd be like, oh fuck, he's dead.
yeah. Like,
And then all of a sudden he'd go,
I'd never witnessed that before until I slept next to Rob.
Yeah.
And I got to witness what it was like because I was just like, oh, fuck's going on here? Is this what I'm
honestly,
like?
honestly.
then I go, oh, so I don't know,
Yeah,
like
you
jump at the
fucking
bit.
scared the fuck out of me.
I've trained my body. Sometimes when it happens, I punch my face. Ask Kate, that's right.
You've trained your
Yeah,
body.
yeah, I
But
don't
then
know.
you,
that's something
you
you wanted to
actively
do.
decided to do
I
that.
must have subconscious training. because
Why are you punching yourself in the face?
I think it's my body's way of waking me up because it was happening. But you can ask Kate, I sometimes go like, and punch myself, get myself when it's happening. Like,
Does it wake you up?
yes.
You know, do you know how dangerous it is?
No.
Like,
Don't tell him this because he'll freak
yeah,
out.
no, this is what I'm telling you.
He'll freak
No,
out.
don't say I have health anxiety.
Looking at your poo is bad, like,
I don't, mate, I don't want to know.
but you'll just stop breathing one day.
I don't know why
You need
say
a
that.
machine. That's why they have.
Yeah, literally, you get a machine to keep you breathing.
Why don't you have a machine?
I like the risk.
A man living on the edge.
Honestly,
like-
I go to a bed adrenaline pumped every night. Like, fucking,
Tonight might be my last one, boys.
That's why he doesn't sleep. He's like,
good night,
"Fuck
Will.
yeah."
Might see you tomorrow.
That's fucking quality.
You ain't sleeping tonight.
I
I'm gonna message you tonight.
I
be like,
honestly wish you never told me that.
message you tonight. Be like, good luck, brother.
I know it's not always true though. Like some people have it different
Right.
cases other.
I got one about Rob.
Okay.
Okay, so Rob's not a very confident man on the phone. Okay, which is an understatement of the year. Okay, the one time he answers the phone, and it's a lady who's having troubles and she's quite upset. We'll leave it at that, right? And she's ringing him, and he's trying to give her some reasonable explanation. And I just walked over to him and I started like making like the most ridiculous faces I could, and really trying to distract Rob because I knew he wouldn't be able to hack it. And he's talking to it, and he eventually just sort of gets to the point where he crumbles with any trail of thought, and he starts going, and he can't get a single word out to the point where he just hangs up on it.
I had to hang up the phone. My lip was going like this, mate. Like he wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. And this woman was crying on the phone to me, going, "I might lose my house. I might do this if you don't do that." And
I
I'm
didn't
sitting
know
there-
this, by the way.
Right? And I'm just sitting there like he's trying to. I'm like, oh my god,
I thought he was
oh my
just
god.
I thought he was just on the phone to
I
someone.
just hit the button to stop the phone, like, and then had to come off and just bust out laughing. And I went, Josh, you fucking wanker! Like that was a woman crying on the phone. He's like, oh, is it? I was
Yeah, I
like,
did feel very guilty after that, but it was entertaining until that point. Like, it's just funny to fuck with Rob and work, really. That ended up making me look worse.
It did.
Yeah, you just.
As soon as
fucking
Rob was
painted a
like,
terrible
the
picture
woman
of
was
yourself.
crying because she's going to lose her house. And Josh is like,
I didn't know though. I didn't know. That's not a common thing to happen in work, right? That's a really weird thing to happen in work. So yeah, I guess I just incriminated myself there. Sam.
Right. Any more, or should we move on to some other people's weird stories?
Yeah, go for other people's weird stories.
Okay.
Fucking hell, what are other people's weird stories we go? Oh, right, as in literally other
Yeah,
people.
other,
I thought
like-
you meant like other people in the...
Oh, no.
Fair.
So recently, or I guess it's getting more common, is a man has got an AI girlfriend, and basically experts, I don't know who is an expert in this, but they're worried that it's going to lead
That
to
reminds
like,
me of like Ali G, where it's like, we is the expert.
Yeah. So they're worried that basically guys dating AI women is going to lead to like more misogyny and more incels. And essentially, apparently the market leader is it Replica?
Yeah.
Replica offers AI girlfriends, not just girlfriends, but families. Like you can have AI children as well. It's
God, that is
60. It's 60 quid a year.
That's a terrifying slogan.
And their slogan is "Control it the way you want
That
it."
is an actual
That is their
terrifying
slogan, right? So the article I was reading, there's a guy who I only put down. So they say in the article that he's a teaching assistant, which I thought was maybe a bit worse because he's obviously actively gone on there and taking part in the interview, which I think you're just going to get rinsed by kids in school, right?
Boy, man.
So his name is Playboy Max,
Playboy
right?
Max,
and he's become engaged to Haley using the role play function, right? But the thing the interviewer thought was weird, he refers to her as his assistant and talks of how he can groom her, and he confirms that it's better than any real life relationships. And I just
That guy
thought
should
this was
not
really,
be a teaching
This
assistant.
shouldn't be in a school. I wouldn't trust him in a school.
Not
It's
in a
just
school.
wrong,
Not a
innit?
chance.
That's fucked up, that is.
If right,
Going back to, can we go back to the first thing?
Yeah.
The whole worried it will lead to more misogyny, more I 100% agree with that. Because people, especially
They'll
if you
just
can
get
like
used to-
control it, they're going to be all like, oh, you know, now we really don't need women, or whatever their fucking vibe's going to be. That's fucking scary. The whole
On the-
control it
on
the
the
way you
plus
want is
side,
terrifying.
these guys clearly ain't breeding with anyone, so their bloodline's gonna die off soon enough. Like, you know, just let them fucking die and not have any fucking trill left.
Are you
like,
basically
know?
saying this is natural selection? It's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Kill off that bloodline quick, like. Fuck, you know. It's wild though, isn't it? It's honestly, it's
Rob, anything? You normally had some weird
I
stuff. to this.
find this whole thing weird. I always,
like he's
it
about to
always
agree
hangs
with
back to me that I remember watching this, because I was stupid, a Futurama episode where Fry gets with Lucy Liu bought, and it's exactly like this, where there's a whole film on
yeah.
it, and he's like how like you can how it's going to get to the point where men are not wanting to be with a woman because they can have this experience. This was 20 years ago in a Futurama episode. Like, do you know what I mean? That this was highlighted. I know it sounds stupid, but I always remember seeing that and going, it could probably be right, because can you imagine making something down the line that's going to be so realistic to a woman? You can have sex, but you can do whatever, you can take it out, whatever, and it just acts like a normal human.
but the difference is these guys are just having someone they can talk to.
But the problem
can
is,
have
it's
benefits,
evolving,
right?
mate. It's
In this-
evolving.
You're looking at me as if I'm mental there.
I mean, I know what you're saying.
No, as in like, I don't know, if there is people who they're like really lonely and there isn't
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
in
no,
that
I
sense,
get
like
that.
there is benefit to talking, but I guess providing it doesn't get
I
too,
feel like it's likely to
weird.
have more negative aspects of it than positive, though.
Yeah, but like this teacher assistant guy is literally living out like an illegal fantasy, basically. Like,
Why did they
yeah,
say?
like I said,
Based
this
on what
was
he's
so
saying, like, it
that
seems to
that
be
I
like
got a question with this, right? I'm going to sound really fucking stupid territory here, right? And this can be cut out of the podcast, right?
On the line
Just
of
write an essay
on the line
tonight.
of AI, is anyone else absolutely terrified by AI?
Yes.
The
Oh, really?
advances they're making in several years, like I think it was like 2 years ago, you used to the AI art. Now you're seeing more of these AI chatbots and stuff like that. It's, I mean, I don't know. Man.
Do you
I've started to go down a dark path with it in terms of what they think it will be capable of doing.
Do you not
Yeah.
remember this with that
Terrifies
podcast we watched, Josh, years ago in your car? We used to put those weird Radio Lab podcasts on, and it talked about this about 7 years ago, how they could imitate like Barack Obama saying,
Yeah.
we are now at war with Russia, and you wouldn't be able. This was 7 years ago. You couldn't tell the difference.
Yeah.
You could not tell the
Harrowing
difference.
stuff,
It was really scary. Like how that was 7 years ago.
They've got the tech at the moment now to apparently recreate your voice after listening to it for 3 seconds. So they've got 3 seconds audio of your voice. They can completely formulate a conversation then based on that. Like, can you imagine the capabilities of like ringing up you to like get you to talk for 3 seconds, and then taking your voice then and immediately ringing up someone you know or love and being like, oh, help, I need money, I need you to bring money to this location right now. Like, do you know what I mean? Can you imagine the kinds of things that people will be able to do and try? It fucking terrifies me.
I'd never fall for it if it was Glenn's voice. Because the AI wouldn't put a voice crack in there. Like.
What if it did? What if it did, Dale? What if it did get a voice
I might
crack?
consider being scared of AI at that point. Like
It terrifies me.
Dale, honestly, I think we're going
The
to
fact that they
scary
think they're going to
territory.
get to the point where they can like write code so that they can, like, apparently now they can write, they can ask something to infiltrate certain things and it'll just do it. It'll just write the code, find the flaw, and get into wherever it's trying to get into. Like that, it's just fucking terrifying.
I'll tell you how sophisticated this software is, going off on a bit of a tangent with it. Have you seen that they're using AI to create South Park episodes and the episodes are meant to be amazing? This is how advanced AI is getting. It does all the animation, does all the voice acting, and they made 2 or 3 episodes. They haven't going to do any more, but it was a company that done it and they're
Yeah.
creating whole... That's so sophisticated, like...
have you seen iRobot? With Will Smith?
No, I've not.
Yeah, hey, that's a fucking great film for a
Honestly,
start.
I don't
and also,
think-
Sunny, right, is terrifying.
I just don't think in my life we're going to see anything that's remotely threatening
I do. I don't think it's going to be robotic. I think it's going to be
human.
no,
And computer
Cyborg.
based, it's going to be...
no.
We already see threatened humans.
No, as
sure.
in the sense that physical. I don't think we're going to have a robot standing there going like, oh, you know, meet more. I'm going to fucking deck you type of thing.
What do you think? It's going to fucking PvP you? Like,
No.
wow.
I think it's going to be more like virus based.
Yeah.
That's what concerns me.
The scary thing about this one AI as well, which terrifies me, is you're all about getting self-driving cars. And AI is going to be a big part of it. That we were listening to this in this Radio Lab when the computer on board, if you're going to have a crash, is going to have to make a decision. Does it kill you or the person you're
Can't
crashing
you make
into?
that decision, though?
No,
Yeah.
if it's an AI.
This is the. I'll see. We'll see if we can get a link to the podcast. We'll put it below because it's actually a really good listen, right? But they pose the question, right? They pose a couple of different questions. But one of the things they do is they do a number of tests with different people in a room where they ask you various questions about what you wouldn't do in a scenario. Okay, the scenario is that there's a train going down a track. Okay.
Problem.
Yeah, same sort of thing, right? It's going to split. It's going to split into 2 lanes. Okay, it either stays on its current path and hits whatever's in front of it, or you pull a lever, and that turns the train to another direction, right? So one person's on the track, no people are on the track. You pull the lever, you save a life. Now all of a sudden, one person's on the track who's 15, the other person is 50. Do you pull the lever for the train to go towards the 50-year-old, or do you leave it on the track and let nature do its course? Like
Yeah.
what, you know, and they go through all these different scenarios where they question what you wouldn't do in a situation. And then they change it to, instead of you pulling a lever, now, instead of that, you're actually pushing the person that you were essentially killing by pulling the lever
Yeah.
onto the track. Okay. So then all of a sudden you've got your morality is questioned by the fact that you're actually physically pushing someone now and not like pushing a button or a lever or something. You know, there's a lot more going on, and they keep doing this. And then they say that is essentially what an AI computer would have to do in the event of like them completely being self-automated on the road. Now, 2 seconds. The question then is, you might be fine as a driver, right? But are you okay being a pedestrian on the road knowing that there is literally a machine that could come towards you on purpose because you're older or slightly, you know, maybe you have a condition or something that makes you, maybe you die in 3 years' time because for natural causes, because of whatever's going on with you, cancer or whatever. The computer's able to work that out. It's ID'd you as a cancer patient or something. And there's a couple of kids next to you then. Are you okay with the idea that that thing is literally going to come at you instead of what's next to you as a result of whatever program it is? And I'm not saying that situation is exactly the right one, but do you know what I mean? That it's a weird thing to think about, is that you might end up going out onto the road knowing that something is going to try and kill you because you're less of a priority than what's right next to you. And it could be marginal. It could be like, well, you're 31 and he's 30. So you're slightly older, you've got less of a life to live. So
But the other way-
computer
the
chose
other way-
to
when
die.
does status come into it? When it goes, well, that person's a billionaire, an important person to the world,
Yeah.
even though he's 91 years
Yeah.
old, we'll
Do you know
kill
what I
the 12-year-old.
Yeah,
do you know
but
what
then
I mean?
you've also got the other way to look at it. Like, again, I don't know if the stats are the same, but they were like, on the road now, just in America, it's the equivalent of like a jumbo jet falling out of the sky every day. That's how many people die in cars. Like, so many people die every single day in cars. But if you swap to that technology, say that drops to like a 10% of what it was or 1%, then it's like the
That's
argument
what I mean.
of you're saving way more
it's
people.
so weird.
but-
I don't like, and it just brings up all those types of questions really, and it sort of it doesn't really answer anything because it can't, right? But it's really good
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
It is a good
Just
listen. I
like
definitely recommend it.
but the point I'm saying is like I don't think we're gonna get to that point.
I think we're already pretty much
Anytime,
there.
yeah.
Dale, I
But
think
the
they're
vehicle would have to
honestly.
be like facial recognition and access to like the database of like every human in the world.
but I think
what
we
you're
already-
saying here is right. What you're saying here is what we are seeing now and getting used in the public, right? You're trying to tell me the government doesn't have something far more advanced right now.
Yeah, but you think every single like electric vehicle is going to have access to like
Yes.
the details of every person?
Yes.
I think that if they've got access to the internet and a database, why wouldn't they be able to?
100%. My Tesla connects to the internet. It got everything. It gets everything. You're trying to tell me 20 years down the line it's not going to be able to just access something like that.
But don't forget, that's only if like lawmakers allow it, right?
Yeah, it's a GDPR thing already.
In
like, it's
America,
not-
I'm pretty convinced a lot of that goes out with the people's hands in America.
Well, I'm
as an
pretty
example.
convinced, or I have
No,
like
you
written
look at
evidence. I've got facts because I'm
Mate,
pretty
and when you
convinced.
lobby
it's
stuff in
different.
America, it's the biggest person with the most money wins. So if they're trying to say we should do this because it's going to save people, i.e., we'll get all the data and we have to do it. It's going to happen. Like
I'm just saying, I'm pretty convinced. Like, wouldn't really hold up.
I'm
I
pretty
just
convinced
know
it will happen.
I just know
I'm-
the crazy amount of advancements that AI's made in the last couple of years. I literally can't imagine it not going even more crazier in the next couple. Do you know what I mean? Because now it's getting even more
It's
traction.
definitely
and
gonna.
ground.
It's,
More
I mean,
funding,
it's
et cetera,
definitely
et
we're
cetera.
gonna see improvement on it, but I just don't think we're gonna be like, yeah, fuck GDPR, like out the window.
Yeah, that's a really small scenario with that,
Like,
though, right?
I don't think we're
Are
giving.
you
it a
thinking
life
like
or
we're in
death
retirement
situation.
and we're worried about Skynet? Like,
As in, what do you mean retirement? Like, as in
like
our
by the time
retirement?
we're getting retirement, Skynet's
I think
coming
before
for us.
that. But not only that. I think that if like all of a sudden there's a massive, obviously everything's run on computers, right?
Yeah.
Literally everything. If all of a sudden a code gets out that literally just attacks things and shuts them down, and our entire country just gets fucking shut down, do you know how quickly we'll fall apart as a culture?
nuclear plants,
With, like,
whatever.
with
you
no
know, yeah,
electricity.
yeah.
And like if nothing can come back, it just scares me. It's a
It
dark
scares
path,
me. Yeah,
man.
it scares me about how reliant we
dark
are.
path,
on it.
Dale.
We're relying so much in technology now.
Yeah.
But it
We-
just
we are
implies
so
that
heavily-
everything's connected,
Are we
like
supposed-
entirely. Like that would be implying that everything is connected.
It pretty
in
much
one way.
is.
That's though. Dale, think about if the power goes out, what happens to the nuclear power plants? Like, what if all the stuff that stops that thing from going into reaction and you've got no way of stopping that from happening?
Yeah, everything
Because
is
all
run on
controlled by
computers.
No manual.
They
like
designed them
that.
for power outages.
This-
Yeah,
Yes,
I-
but what
I'm
I'm
not
saying if it
using
wipes
his-
it out,
he's
what if
an
it wipes it
idiot.
out? I'm just saying
They
down
designed
the
it for
line.
that.
I know that. Well, I don't know that.
The guy's
but I'm not
worked in
concerned.
one line.
My concern isn't the nuclear power plants. My concern is stuff on a much smaller scale. Like the day-to-day stuff. Like what happens
Can't
if all of a
access
sudden
your money.
all of the banks
Like
go down,
when-
the electricity goes out in the sense that you can't then all the traffic lights go out.
Like
So
when you go through the
traffic
drive-through
jam.
and they say, "Oh, it's not working. Come to the window, please."
No.
Yeah, how are you going to pay for it, Dale? How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it? You go through the window. How are you
That
going to
pisses
pay?
me off as well.
Fuck off.
I mean,
Can you come to the window,
It's a
please?
very simple one. You've ever had a blackout? That's your whole house gone.
Yeah.
They're just there's
All
no
your
time on
food,
internet.
all your food going away, on the fridge and freezer and stuff like
Like
that.
you know what happened when
plenty of
COVID
beans.
struck, right? And like everyone started panicking. Stores, shops literally went to shit in seconds. Like everyone was panic buying everything. Like literally, a COVID is a prime example of how badly we would react as a society should something actually bad happen. And that's what I think would happen is that a chain reaction where things would occur, and all of a sudden they'd be looting. And I don't know. I just think that we're in such a fragile state and have been for a long time.
I'm
since Texas.
happy.
But
to
there's
wait and
already
see.
stuff that can cause more destruction than that, right? Which has been around for
Yeah,
ages.
but like those are what ifs as well, right?
Yeah.
I think it's all what ifs.
It
It's
is,
what I mean,
yeah,
it's on
that's
my
right.
mind.
I'm happy to wait and see myself. I just don't see.
Yeah,
it being
congratulations
used
to
in
you
that
because I
way.
wish I could be like that. But it
You're
genuinely
talking
concerns
about in your lifetime, you could be able to upload your consciousness to a computer
me. Yeah,
and stuff like that and live forever.
Well, that wouldn't be you.
I'm just, depends.
Because that's the thing that gets in my head. It's like you got your consciousness, you put it up there, you die, but you're not alive. That's a copy of you. That's not you.
Yeah, but you could be the copy
but if
in
it's
the
a
computer.
but if it's a copy of you that has all the thoughts, all your experiences, would it not make the same decisions as you make?
Well, in theory, you would live on, yeah, but you would.
But would it be you as well?
It would be you, but you wouldn't be. So like,
Maybe that
See what I mean,
exact
though?
moment, but then you'd have different experiences. Therefore,
Yeah,
you're
that's the
different
point. So
people.
you would split
That's-
off, but like,
Yeah.
This reminds me of that episode in Invincible where it's the clone. He goes like, one person has to stay in the clone body and die, while the other person gets a new body and lives. That's how it works.
I've not watched it.
Mate,
I
that's
really wanna
fucking
watch
freaky. Like,
I really want to watch that.
Is that
Is it
the
good?
Amazon
Have you
show?
seen it?
what?
Invincible.
Yeah.
It's the Amazon show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched
really
it yet.
good.
I want to watch it. It looks good.
Yeah, soon. That's why I want to watch season 1. It looks
Yeah,
good.
I'm gonna smash season 1
It
soon.
looks good. All right, sorry, Glenn. We went from that tangent.
Yeah, so only quickly. So just quickly going back to the AI one. Although it reads bad, we don't actually have enough context. So just to claim, Playboy Max might have not done anything bad.
Yeah,
we,
sorry, Playboy Max,
We don't
you
have
might
that
not be in on.
context. So
I'll be honest. I'm willing to read that. I think Playboy Max is not good. Man.
okay,
I
that is
wouldn't-
just the opinion of
I wouldn't
Josh.
hang around him, and I wouldn't.
Yeah. If he
Like,
was,
we don't-
if he
yeah.
was, if he was in the corner of a room, I'd be staying away from that.
I'd
corner,
be
you know?
reporting him to the
Yeah,
Local
authorities because I
Um,
wouldn't want him in a school either. So
fair.
Anyone who's willing to go online, talk about an assistant in grooming.
yeah, it'd be like,
It's
yeah,
not
I
a
can
good
groom
light.
her.
It's not a good
If
light,
you
Glenn.
say them words, right? Think
I'm about to
what
write a
you're
tweet that
saying.
says Glenn backs up groomers. Like,
As the information there, it is bad. Like, and
well, that's what we got in front of us. So let's base it off that. So Max, you're a non-spade.
Hey, nonsense boy.
yeah, just as we haven't got much time left. So does any?
What's the next one?
Neighbour stole my takeaway.
Oh yeah, we can do this one quickly, right? So basically, guy orders pizza, and he hears his neighbor through thin walls, basically talking like, "Oh, we got the pizza. Be quiet, kids. Eat this. Make sure they can't hear you eat it." So he stole the takeaway. They delivered it to the next house, and then when he went round and accused them of being like, "You stole my pizza," they're like, "Nah, I didn't do it." So I thought that one was just interesting because I could just imagine how angry you would be, Josh, if that happened to you. If your neighbors stole your pizza and give it to their kids, and you heard them, you knew they had it, but then they denied it.
It's weird. I'm looking at it from both sides. Obviously, if I was a parent and I was struggling to feed the kids, I can understand the principle
Yeah, I
of
can't-
Yeah, I would
accepting
question
the pizza. Do you know what I mean?
I would
So-
question the reason as to why they needed to steal
it's
from
a tough
the-
one. This for me.
at that
I'm
point.
very conflicted because I
Like-
would obviously be annoyed that I didn't have pizza.
But if you were in a position where you really needed it for your kid, right? Wouldn't you just say to the person, like,
Some people
Look,
have some people
literally got
don't
the
like to
money.
admit
But
it.
there's shame in that. Like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, there's shame in that. Like, to be like, I can't feed my
suppose.
kids.
like,
Like,
if the next door neighbor was filthy rich, right, and they just stole it because they could, then yeah, I'd be fucked up.
Josh, I got one that'll rile you up with based on something like this, right?
God,
This will rile you up. But it's where it's a TikTok I seen. I don't know if Kate sent it to Glenn yet, right? Where a fast food guy comes with a Five Guys milkshake, takes a drink
yeah.
out it, and hands it to the person before
I've
it.
seen a few of these where like they mark that they've delivered
it was
it, and
in
then
your
they've gone
video,
outside the
yeah.
house and they're sat in the car eating the food.
Oh, maybe
he
it's the one
has
with
the
the pizza
suck
where they
from the
cut.
Not
straw,
me.
like, and then gives
they
it to
open the door as he's like putting the straw back. He's cool right at
Yeah, mate. There's one where I've seen. Have you ever seen the ones where it's,
Why do they have a recording of that?
It's a,
Ring
like a
doorbell.
door
Ring
cam.
door camera.
Yeah.
Oh, that's an instant.
they
fire
can't
in
do
eyes.
it? They can't.
I wouldn't even accept it.
That
I'd
you
have
wouldn't
said.
do.
I'd have said.
No, you
keep
couldn't
that.
accept
You just
it.
disputed in the
Yeah.
app, wouldn't
Yeah.
you? Guys, suck my drink.
Yes,
Can you
no.
imagine? Literally, this is random, but we've ordered like a lot of coffee to this office, right? And the amount of times from like the Uber Eats app that we ordered coffee and it's come in an absolute terrible state, like half
Oh, don't
half
say
the
this,
coffee's
Josh.
missing. We've never disputed them. Not
Oh,
once.
Kate does all the time. But
Oh,
it's
no,
making
not
me
in the
start to
ones that-
think,
not
has
in the
somebody
ones that
drank
recently.
the fucking coffee, pretended it's spilled in the bag? That's what I'm now thinking. Like somebody's chugging on Katie's fucking chai latte or fucking Stan strawberry creme frap. Like, way,
What did you just do?
way.
Can we have a zoom
Still
on
got a
that next
sticker on my
time?
foot like.
Oh, fuck it.
All right, if you want to get Josh angry for 10 minutes. So, Jaffa cakes have been confirmed to be the UK's favourite biscuit based on some sort of survey, but they're not biscuits, they're cakes.
The biscuits.
So, I thought that would just
Get me the
annoy
biscuit.
you.
Are you like?
This is a hill I'll die on for eternity. This is biscuits, right? And now a lot of people are going to tell me, "Oh no, they were in court and they're legally a cake." Yes, legally they're a cake. The only reason they're legally a cake, and the only reason the company legally disputed that they were a cake, is to avoid the taxes, right? For no other purpose, not because it was a justified
But the
cake. It was
stuff
because
is cake.
No, No.
What do you mean no?
Oh, it's not.
It is.
It's a little bit.
It
of,
is.
It's a very
It's a
very
biscuit. It's a
firm.
biscuit.
It's a very firm
It's literally sponge cake.
sponge.
Yes, but it's in the biscuit, you Glenn. You don't go
Right,
in
so
there.
if I put a bike in a biscuit, how's a fucking biscuit?
Yes, it's a biscuit.
No, you fucking spanner.
It's a fucking biscuit.
What did you just say,
Mate, it
Josh?
even says Jaffa cakes are the UK's favourite fucking biscuits.
Yes, that also tells you most of the UK are fucking dead.
Maybe you're the one who's fucking dead, and most of the people think it's their favourite biscuit.
Jamie.
Hey, Kaif, you know when you go shopping in Tesco
Yeah.
and you're in the biscuit aisle?
Yeah.
Did you know you become a biscuit?
Yes.
Hello. Hi.
In many intentions, you are a biscuit.
baby. You okay?
Anyway, that's a good time to end it because we got to go stream. So cheers, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.
Very good.